Extra Car Insurance, underwritten by ICO Insurance PLC. Download eTap Car Insurance with benefits.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Insurance on the Move is the program, and of course we're very much ready for the conversation, but let's quickly take you through one or two traffic information as you make that journey back home. Within the Ojo corridor, I understand it is pretty light at the moment, and the length and breadth is still looking very, very good as we speak right now. Good movement from areas like Agbara Customs Checkpoint, proceeding down to Yanosashi is looking good, and movement from Ojo as well is not bad at all. You do not have so much in terms of high influx at the moment. It's very, very encouraging from Afromedia down to Yanoiba on both service lane and the main carriageway. Yanoiba Bridge is also looking good, while we have some slight traffic build-up underneath the bridge as well. Our movement is still very encouraging from Vokes proceeding through Abuleado, both on the service lane and the main carriageway. We can tell you all through that corridor, we do not have any impediments as recorded right now. Let's bring you towards Maryland corridor. We can tell you movement from Anthony proceeding towards Idiroko and Maryland intersection. You have some little delays at the intersection point. This is due to the traffic lights regulating vehicular movement into Ojota proper. Likewise, for your movement through Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way, it's still looking good. Return journey very much in perfect shape as we speak right now. Moving traffic is being experienced on Mobolaji Bank Anthony Way. Slight delays approaching the intersection point, but no major worries. Nitel intersection, you have a traffic light regulating there too, but no major worries. Emptying into GRA through Isaac John. Total filling station, I understand, dispensing, and so little traffic as well as the queues on one lane. So one lane policy is being maintained there. Ascending General Hospital Bridge onwards local airport is also looking good. Likewise for the return journey. So we'll be serving you more helpings. And if your experience through the roads is not as we have painted it, you can keep us posted. Let's know what's going on in those areas, and we'll be keeping you posted. Okay, then, so let's return to the conversation this evening. We're talking public and product liability insurance. It's a conversation we started last week, and we're just trying to reflect on the fact that organizations and businesses do carry out wide range of activities that may have potential impact on third parties. And that includes customers, it includes visitors, it includes members of the public. And this impact can result in, so many things. Lawsuits from affected parties, bringing unexpected expenses to the organization and threats to its finances. And that is why every organization was put in place, or perhaps every organization must purchase what they call public and product liability. But let's turn to those who know. And my guest joining me on the phone this evening is an underwriter with ICO Insurance. She is Atinuke Adeoye. Adeoye, nice to have you join us. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Victor. Good evening, Lagos.
Right. All right. So last week we started that conversation on public and product liability insurance. But for those who missed it, let's just rewind a bit. Atinuke, what is public liability insurance? Let's start from there.
Public liability insurance is an insurance cover designed to protect the insured against legal liability arising from the operation, which causes damage to third-party property or injury, including death to third parties. The insured in this content refers to the individual person or business organization taking up the policy.
Right. And we'll talk about what the difference is between employers' liability insurance and public liability insurance, as well as professional indemnity. I know you were able to break that down for us last week. But
yes,
what is the premium? What kind of premium will I have to pay if I have to purchase a public liability insurance?
Okay. How much you pay for cover depends on the size and type of your business and the level of risk it undertakes. We will advise that you discuss with your insurance before you buy your policy in order to assess what level of cover provided is right for you. You may find clients expect you to have a minimum level of cover according to your area of industries. So it's better to discuss with your insurance company before you determine the type of cover that you want. The premium is usually determined by the limit of liability that the client or the insured has set. You are the one that will set your limit of liability.
Right.
And then the premium rates will be applied against the level of liability or annual aggregate limits or annual turnover.
Right. So it's dependent on me to be able to ascertain the kind of premium that I will have to pay in order to get the kind of cover that I'm expected to.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying now?
Yes, the nature of your business will determine your amount of the liability that you are exposed to. So most times it is advised that you engage your insurer.
Right.
Engage them, let them know the quantum of liability that could occur as a result of your business activities.
Right. And we were able to establish also last week, we were trying to find out, is it a compulsory kind of insurance?
No, it is not compulsory, but it is advisable for companies, especially those companies that knows that they deal with third parties. Third parties have access to their environment. It is advisable.
Right.
Take it up.
Okay, then let's just move on now and probably switch. For those who would like to get a public liability insurance, what kind of information or what kind of documents would ICO need or would ICO require for someone to get this type of cover?
Okay, for us in ICO, there is what we call a proposal form. So the customer will be expected to complete a proposal form, and then we also need some kinds of information which are valid means of identification of the insured. And then we need a copy of the CAC certificate for corporate organizations, and then we need their utility bills. These are to ensure the due diligence on know your customer details. But the most important thing is for the customer to complete a proposal form.
Right. Okay. All right. But last week you introduced the topic as public and product liability insurance, and that's what we are making reference to. And all the while we have been discussing the public liability component of that. So let's now switch gears and talk about product liability. I'd like you to just break that down for us. What component of this particular insurance policy are we referring to? Product liability.
Okay. Usually, product liability is usually an extension of the public liability. It is not a standalone cover.
So it doesn't stand on its own?
It doesn't stand on its own.
All right. So since it's not a standalone insurance kind of policy, so what does the product liability then cover? I mean, if you had to break it down for us this evening.
The policy is designed to cover against unforeseen circumstances arising from defects in commodities or goods sold, supplied, service, or processed by on behalf of the insured, or defects in the container of the goods or wrong labeling thereof. It covers the insured's liability for bodily injury or loss or damage to property caused by the insured product to third party.
Right. So who needs it? Since we're talking about the product now, who needs a product liability insurance?
If you are a manufacturer of goods or you're a supplier of any goods, there is always the possibility that your product could cause damage to a third party. A small defect could open you up to a floodgate of claims. So this cover is vitally important for product manufacturers. Whatsoever product you are manufacturing, it is important that you take up these products.
Right. And is it renewable?
Yes, it is renewable annually.
Okay, it's an annual renewal.
Yes.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We are talking public and product liability insurance. And Atinuke Adeoye, who's an underwriter with ICO Insurance, is taking us to the classroom this evening. We're going to take a short break right now. But when we return, what do I do if I need to make a claim under this kind of policy? And then, is there an exception? Or do we have that kind of do have exclusions under this kind of policy. And the very big one, there's this public perception that insurance companies are not very willing to pay claims. Does that also occur to this kind of product as well? These are many more, and we'll also be hearing from you too during the course of the program. A brief break, we'll be back.
Wrap your fingers on your tab. Oh no, computer. Anywhere, any day, anytime. Even if not for your car. Close the gap, grab the app. Press down the button inside. Cause you're about to worry no more anytime something is wrong with that car. Car insurance, no be crap. Where you insure with Tita. Insure for me, let me high pitch. No need worry with Tita. Strap up and tap the tap. We know the flap. We hope you grab. When you find car, you need insurance. And you don't need body when you get Tita.
Drive safe, earn rewards, and enjoy coverage when risks happen with eTap, the fast, safe, and convenient digital car insurance. Underwritten by ICO Insurance PLC. Download eTap, car insurance with benefits.
There's a friend who'll be there through the sun, through the rain, and a friend you can trust all the way, every day. Live your life, we've got your back, and so I will take you there all the way, every day. Yeah, stability assured.
ICO Insurance, your stable friend. Yesterday, today, and always.
Lagos Traffic Radio, that's 6.1 FM. Movement from Ejigbo Corridor this evening, I can tell you, it's very steady from Paco proceeding towards Jakonde. It's looking good. And also from Gate, connecting NMPC filling station, talking about the junction there, heading towards Iyano Ejigbo proper. It's still looking good. No major worries driving through that end, even though you have little delays at the intersecting points, but it's still very, very good. Let's get back to the conversation, and we're talking public and product liability insurance. Of course, I have with me Atinuke Adeoye, who is joining us this beautiful evening. All right, then, so Atinuke, what do I do if I need to make a claim under this kind of product liability?
Okay, as soon as you are aware that there is an incident that could give rise to a claim, the first thing you need to do is to contact your insurer. We call this notification. The sooner you are able to do this, the sooner the claims can be defended and the cost of the claim kept to a minimum.
Right.
So that's the first thing you need to do.
All right, so as soon as anything happens, I'm supposed to get in contact with the insurance company.
Yes.
If there's any delay, will I lose my claim?
Well, there are a number of days. There are a great number of days that is open for you to make the claim if it is not possible for you to notify immediately.
Right.
Most times, yes, we give it depends. We give 7 days, and then maximum maybe 30 days
All right.
to make notification.
Okay, then, so let's talk about the big one, and we're talking about the big elephant in the room. There's this public perception that insurance companies, they always tell Mongo Park stories when a claim occurs. Does ICO Insurance also tell those kind of stories whenever it's time for clients to get their claims?
No.
Prove that to me. Prove that to me.
No. ICO responds as a partner. If we are your insurer, we become your partner in order for you to grow your business. We don't just stay as an insurance company and as an independent insurance company. We partner with you in order to help you to grow your business. In case of any incident, we what we do is to quickly visit the scene of the incident. This is very necessary for us. We have a dedicated team that does that. Then we require you to submit some relevant documentations, after which we process and then settle sale. But such claims that you are bringing to us must be genuine. So we work with you as a partner. We don't just work as an insurance company. We don't give stories when there is a claim.
Right.
I couldn't do that.
Okay. So payment of claims, you can testify that it is very prompt at this time and age, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's see if we can expand the discourse beyond the studios. We're talking product and that's public and product liability insurance this evening. And Atinike Adeoye is our guest. Let's hear from you. 080-9912-0777. Okay, that's 0809-912-0777 and 091-5387-7127. You can also send in your questions as well, like some are already pouring in. This one says, good evening, Mr. Victor. Can you change coverage limits during the policy term? I'm sure he's talking about product liability. Okay, so Atinike, can one change coverage limits?
Yes, during the period of insurance, it is possible that for you to change revise your limit of liability. It is possible, but this will require additional premium.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Another question here says, good evening, Traffic Radio. Does liability insurance cover employee injuries? Tunji from Agor Palace is sending that one in.
Yeah, like I said last week, that there is a more specific policy that covers the employees. A public liability policy will not cover injuries or damage to the employees.
Injuries and damage to employees will not.
The policy is meant for third parties, not you or your employees. You're expected to take care of your employees under another
kind of policy, which is employer's liability.
Policy.
All right, the Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Still getting more interaction from you this evening. You can also put in your calls as well. 080-9912-0777. Even as we talk public and product liability. This one says, hello, Traffic Radio. Can a sole trader get liability insurance? You didn't put your name, by the way. So can a sole trader do that?
Yes. If you're a supplier of goods, it is also advisable that you get a public liability that has an extension of the product liability. Yes, you can.
Okay. All right. I hope you got that, even though you didn't put your name. This one says, Oga Victor, well done to you and Traffic Radio. Please, can one policy cover both liabilities? Okay. Can one policy cover both liabilities? Okay. I think this is Joshua.
Yes.
Joshua is sending this one in.
Yes. The policy is actually one. But the main coverage is public liability, then with an extension of the product liability.
Okay. So it's an extension.
Yes. The policy is actually one. But we have an extension of product liability under the public liability.
Right. All right. Then let's expand this further this evening. Now, upon complete documentation, if I'm going to make a claim now, if anything happens and I want to make a claim under this kind of policy, I have completed the documentation which you suggested earlier on. How long will it take for me to receive an offer from ICO for my claim to be settled?
Usually it's within 24 hours, which is 1 day. Once documentations are complete, you should receive an offer from us within 24 hours. But this may vary depending on the nature of the loss.
Okay.
Once our offer is accepted and other documents signed, your claim will be settled within maximum of 3 days.
3 days?
Yes.
So if I do
that is the maximum.
Right. So I do my documentation, let's say 12 hours, 24 hours, and every other thing is required. You're saying that within 2-3 days, my claims will be settled.
Will be settled, yes.
Is it that fast? I mean, the way you're putting it now, it looks pretty fast.
That's the way we operate in ICO.
Okay. Let me bring another scenario here. So does an eyewitness account, is it needed for public liability claims? Or is this a requirement?
Not in all cases. It depends on the scenario. It depends on the incident that happened. It will definitely enhance the speedy treatment of your claim if such information is available, but not in all cases.
Right. Okay then, so let's look at the product component of this and break it down much more for our listeners this morning. So at what point, or who needs it? What do I do to really get that product component of this particular policy? Give us a scenario, for instance.
What do you do to... Sorry, please.
Okay, so if I'm a trader,
Yeah.
do I need a product liability insurance?
Yes.
Okay. To insure my goods?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's take it home this evening. How can one contact ICO Insurance to take up this kind of cover?
ICO is a one-step shop for all your insurance needs. We are a composite company providing insurance for both life and non-life insurance. We are available and can be reached through our website, which is www.icoplc.com. And you can also send us an email via icontact@icoplc.com. icontact, AICONTACT @icoplc.com. Or you can as well call us on 070 iContact. That is 070-0244-266-8228. You can also visit any of our branch offices nationwide. You can walk into our office and lodge your claim and take up a cover if required.
Right. And all this can be done within very, very short time. That's what it means.
Within a very short time, yeah.
All right. So flash update coming in from the Victoria Island Corridor. Appreciable vehicular movement from McQueen Bridge connecting Bonny Camp roundabout. It's still looking good. And Bonny Camp towards Ahmadu Bello is busy, but it's a moving one. You have some queues, fuel queues at Mobile filling station. They say it's due to panic buying. All right. And they're occupying about 50% of the road, claiming one lane within that particular corridor. But immediately after the filling station, we have it pretty good. Ahmadu Bello heading towards Adetokunbo, Ademola, down to, I just say, Adiogun, Legally Ayoride, down to Oniru Axis, as well as Water Corporation. Still very much in good shape as we speak this evening. Return journey from Legally Ayoride, heading towards Eko Hotel roundabout, looking pretty good. And then we can tell you Sanusi Fafunwa connecting Aki and Dishola, also very good to go at the moment. And the Law School Civic Center heading towards Sandfield, Toll Plaza, down to Lekki, connecting Marwa is also looking good. Let's take it home this evening. Atinike Adeoye, what's your message to our listeners even as we depart the program?
I want to inform Lagos that you should embrace the insurance and then try ICO and you'll never put shame.
All right then. So positive words from you. I want to say a very big thank you to you for connecting with us this evening.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Atinike Adeoye is an underwriter with ICO Insurance, and we'll be able to dwell on public and liability, public and product liability insurance. I hope you can go out there to pick up one to guarantee protection for your organization, especially the one that relates to third parties. You know that if you have people that are dealing in your company, in the event of them having to fall or trip on a wet ground and then they injure themselves, you might just need a public liability insurance. We have to go. The program has been produced by Akan Hussein. Support systems from Sarah Adesoya in the studios this evening. Let me appreciate Definite Media Concepts for putting all of this together. Next week, Thursday, the program makes a return. But till then, I am Victor Oteri. Have a splendid evening. Bye.
Oh boy, G-Wagon! Hey, headlights, 1.5 million. Side mirror, 300,000 naira. This one pass basic nagbege this so.
Drive safe, earn rewards, and enjoy coverage when risks happen with eTag, the fast, safe, and convenient digital car insurance underwritten by ICO Insurance PLC. Download eTag car insurance with benefits.